Hello everybody, this is Cheri at djsundry.blogspot.com, and I have a Valentine to share with you today. I pulled this new cartridge that I have. Well, it's new to me. I've had it actually for a few months, but today is the first day I've used it. It's only the second project I've done with it. And it's called Creative Holiday Cards. It came out sometime before Christmas, and it basically spans all of the holidays. Now, I only am using it for the shape that I wanted. The card shape that I want is the card shape number 1, and I cut it at 5 inches, and it's a trifold card. Well, it's a bifold card. It's got 2 folds in it, 3 panels, and actually I kind of cut it upside down, so I'm going to be actually opening it backwards. It really won't matter for this particular card, but I cut it at 5 inches, and then I also cut the envelope at 5 inches, and I cut the card, and then I cut 2 of the lining panels, and so I will show that to you in a minute. Now, I am going to be using these shadow inks from Hero Arts. I picked them up. This is called Quiet Morning, and I picked them up quite a while before Christmas because I've been wanting to try these inks, but I didn't really want to order them in special. And I found these at Joann's in these little 4-packs. So this is the first time I'm using them, so I'm kind of curious to see how they'll turn out. This is Cup of Joe and Pale Tomato. From Latte Love, I'm using a couple of stamps. This is from Paper Tray Ink, and this card has nothing to do with coffee, and there's not coffee in it, but I wanted a couple stamps that I will show you in a few minutes. From K&CO Designs, I'm using coffee and tea tag-alongs, and I'm just using one of the stamps, the one that says chocolate. Again, nothing to do with coffee, it's just one that I wanted. And then I have these embossed stickers that I picked up, I think it was last year. These are from K&Co, and they are called Cupid embossed stickers, and they've got pieces of chocolate like what you would find in a chocolate heart box. The paper that I'm using is also from K&Co, and this is why I am opening it up backwards, because I realized after it was all done that it cut the card out. If I opened it the correct way, the hearts are upside down, and I preferred to have the hearts right side up, so it's going to open backwards. This is double-sided paper. It's called KP Valentines from K&Co, and I've had it a year or two, so I don't even know if it's still available, but I'm working really hard to use up what I have and not buy a lot of extra paper right now. So I thought this would be fun. It's double-sided. On the other side, it says XOXO. And so I cut the envelope out of the same paper. So I was able to get the card and the envelope off of one sheet of 12 by 12 paper. And I've already made the envelope. And I'm reversing the envelope so that the XOXO will be the outside where it's the inside of the card. And then, as I mentioned, I cut 2 panels to go in. And we're going to do our stamping on the one panel first, and this is going to be the very inside panel, and again, this is just white Georgia Pacific cheap cardstock. So I'm going to use my Cup of Joe, and the first thing that I'm going to stamp is from that K&Co design set. There's the word chocolate. You can probably guess where I'm kind of going with this, and I'll tell you right now, this is the first time I've even opened up this pad. And one thing about dye inks that I've noticed in all the years I've been doing this is sometimes dye inks, sometimes the pads don't feel all that juicy, and this one feels really juicy when I first do the stamping. So that's kind of fun, first of all. Now, I have watched quite a few videos that have used these inks, and one thing is when it first goes on, it's a tad bit blotchy, but it is supposed to kind of smooth out as it dries, and it's just the way that these inks have been made. And these actually don't even say, oh, they do say shadow ink, so they are definitely the shadow ink. So I'm kind of curious to see how that goes. Now, this one is from the Paper Tray Ink, and you'll see it, but actually you'll see it in a minute when it's all stamped, and it'll be easier to see. But it says I, and then it has a blank, and then it says more than. So what this is going to say is I heart you, or love you, more than chocolate, which I thought would be really cute. And that's just going to fit right in there, which is why I chose this cup of joe, because it reminds me of chocolate. Of course, it reminds me of coffee too, but for the intents of this video, it's chocolate. And then I'll use the Pale Tomato and stamp the little heart. So, and I have used this stamp set before and made a coffee card. Oh, it was back several months ago, and I really like this stamp set. I knew when Paper Tray Ink came out with it several months ago that this was going to have to be on the gotta have list, because I just love my coffee. Alright, so we've got that all stamped and set there. Now I think I'm going to take this, and I don't know that these inks were designed to do this, but I'm going to try it anyway. I'm going to just take this and kind of edge around the outside, just so we don't have that bright white up against my colored cardstock, and it will kind of coordinate. It's going to be kind of a rough card, but it will be perfect because I'm actually making it for my 14-year-old son. So he's not into girly pretty anyway, and I think it'll be perfect for him. And that is smoothing out as it dries, so that's kind of neat. So then I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing with this one. This is really a simple card. It didn't take me very long to cut it because they're not intricate cuts, they're just really simple cuts. And if you saw my recent video, the first time I used this cartridge, you will have seen how it uses that universal layover, and this is the only cartridge I have that actually has the universal layover on it. So I think it's a good idea. I like that the cartridge box is smaller, so it definitely has some advantages, and I do like it. As I mentioned in my previous video, I'm curious to see how long it will be around with the new machine, if they'll keep making the cartridges. I hope so, because I like my other Cricut. Okay, so now I'm going to put the panel on the inside that I Love You More Than Chocolate. And probably, as I'm looking at it, something besides Sweet Tomato, something more of a hot pink color would have been a bit better, but I think it's fine. So this one is just going to be centered right there. Okay, so there's the inside panel, I Love You More Than Chocolate. Then this one's going to go here, and this one's going to go here. Now we have this blank space, and this is where these stickers are coming in. I'm not doing a whole lot to this. I'm just kind of making it simple and yet cute. And let's see, let's find, it would embarrass him if I did the little Cupid. That's kind of silly. That would be funny. And let's see, I think I'm going to put a piece of this here, just like that. Let's get a piece of this and kind of go up there, and one more, maybe this one here, to kind of go up there, and then this one right here that says love. I have the best son in the world, and I just want to remember him on Valentine's. So there we go. Super, super simple. On the inside, I Love You More Than Chocolate. So thanks so much for stopping by today, and remember, take some time to enjoy the little things. Have a great day. Bye.